Hello, good day. I am Maureen Kyngs, and this is ABC of Real Estate Investment, where you learn about real estate, when you learn about land documentation, when you learn about land banking, when you learn about anything on real estate. Today we'll be looking at land banking stories and lessons. We have been on the series of land banking stories, land banking lessons, stories from different people, story from you know that for every glory there's a story, so you learn from people's story. So we have learned some stories from different people. We have learned stories from Alhaji Dangote, the richest African man, black man in Africa. We have learned from Alhaji Razak Okoya. We have learned from different people, from Papa Ade Farasin. We have learned a lot of land banking stories. Then today we are saying another land banking story, and we are learning a lesson from it. Yes, during one of our classes, my mentor, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, gave a story about one of his mentees. One of his mentees. He said, some years back, about 16 years back now, because it happened last year. He said about 16 years back, this man was working in an oil company. So the cooperative of his company brought out, they told them about this land. They brought about the land. They told them about this land, that there's a land that they should key in, they should come and buy. Said reluctantly he bought into the land. Reluctantly he asked to go for inspection, and he said they paddled canoe to the place. So it was an asket. They go to the place. The place was an asket. The place was waterlogged. So when they got to the place, so that they won't say I didn't buy. So he bought. He bought just one. Fast forwarded, he bought it, 15 years later. He bought the land at 12 million naira then, and he didn't pay once. The cooperative, he paid through the cooperative. He didn't have to pay once. So 15 years later, that same land that he bought for 12 million naira, he was in their need, that he needed to sell the land. He was in their need. The children were rounding up in a school outside the country. They were rounding up, and they needed 100 million naira. At that time, the land was worth 250 million naira. Wow. Massive. From 12 million naira to 250 million naira in 15 years. The land wasn't wearing clothes. The land was not eating. The land was not going for medical checkup. The land was not taking anything from him. But the land brought about 250 million naira returns. Isn't that massive? But let me tell you something. The man had a regret. And what was his regret? And that's what we tell people. When you are doing land banking, there are some things you must consider. There are some things you must put into consideration. The man was regretting not buying more than one. Because he has only one, he was to sell it for 250 million and also give the children, pay 100 million as fees for the children. He was lamenting and regretting the fact that if he had bought two, and at that point when he was buying, he has the capacity to buy more.